we solve these kind of questions? Okay, and that will take us to the identity properties of addition formulae. Okay, and I'm going to start, since this one is a product of cosine. Okay, we're going to start from cos A plus B. Okay, which is what? Cos A, cos B. So when you have plus here, it will change, and that will be sine A, sine B. So this is what we call addition formulae. The second one, cos A minus B. Okay, don't forget, when you have plus A, this will be negative. So this will be also cos A, cos B. If you have minus here, the sign will change, that's plus, and that's sine A, sine B. So call this first one equation 1, call this second one equation 2. So how do we get a product of two cosine? It's very simple. We are going to add equation 1 plus 2. So if you do that, this is minus sine A, sine B. This is sine A, sine B. So these two will cancel. Then we have what? Then we have cos A plus B, then plus cos A minus B equal to 2 cos A cos B. So check your question. We are going to call this first one, this first angle here, A will be what? 2x. And the second one will be what? Will be this. Okay? So this will now become cos 3x plus cos 2 minus 1, 2x minus x, that's x, equal to what? Equal to cos 2x cos x. Then you can move this 2 to the other side, and that will be equal to what? That will be equal to 1/2. Okay? So then we'll now go back to our integration. Integral of cos 2x cos x will be equal to what? Half integral of this cos 3x plus cos x dx. So on the final answer, you just have, this is the constant. Integral of cosine is sine 3x. Then you divide by the attachment to that function over 3, then plus. Integral of cosine also is sine. The attachment to this function is 1. So that's what we have, plus c. So that's that on question 1. Then we'll go to B parts. We have to find the integral of a product of sine and cosine. So we have to go back to our addition formulae, and I'm going to start from here, sine A. Since this involves a sine and cosine, I'm going to start from sine A plus sine B equal to what? Sine A cos B, then plus cos A sine B. Sine A minus B. So this will give me sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. So this one equation 1, this one second equation. So how do we use this one, these two addition formulae to generate a product of sine and cosine? Check what you have. This is sine, this is cos, this is sine, this is cos. So add this equation together and this one will go. So we now have sine A plus B plus sine A minus B equal to this one plus this one. That will be 2 sine A cos B. So go back to your question. Your A is what? Your A is a 5x. Okay, I mean this one. Your B is what? Your B is a 3x. And that will be what? That will be sine 5x plus 3x, 8x plus sine 5x minus 3x, that's 2x, equals what? 2 sine 5x cos 3x. Okay? So that means the question, this is what we have, integral of this. Okay, integral of this is equal to what? This. Integral of this, 2 sine 5x cos 3x is equal to what? Is equal to integral of what? Sine 8x plus sine 2x dx. So on the final note, integral of this of sine is minus cos. The function, then you divide by the attachment to that your variable. Right? This one also will give us what? Minus cos. The function over what? Over the attachment to that function. So just C. So that's that on that question 2. Question C is the same with this. Okay, but in this case now for C, my A is at 3x and my B is what? My B is at 5x. So and we know that integral of this, integral of 2 sine 3x cos 5x is equal to, we just established that is there from this identity. We just established that. Okay, so which is what? Integral of sine A plus B, which is 8x, plus sine A minus B, which is what? Minus what? Minus 2x dx. So when you have a product of sine and cosine like this, from here, it's going to be sine of additions of two angles plus sine plus sine subtractions of two angles. So this will be equal to sine 8x. Sine of negative angle, the minus will come outside, that will be sine 2x dx. So integral of sine is minus cos, the function, over the attachment, the derivative of this function, which is what? Over 8, the minus. Derivative of this one is minus, and there is a minus here already, becoming plus, that's cos 2x over 2 plus C. Yeah, for this question, this will be your A, and this will be your what? This will be your B, okay? And I'm going to take us back to this addition formula. Cos A plus B is what? Cos A cos B. This is plus, so you have minus there. Sine A, sine B. Cos A minus B to be cos A, cos B, then plus sine A, sine B. So call this one first equation, this one second equation. What we want to achieve here, we want this one and this one to cancel. So what do? We're going to subtract equation 1 minus 2. Equation 1 minus 2. And don't forget, your A is what? This and B is this. Equation 1 minus 2, cos A plus B, that's what? Cos 7x. Then minus cos A minus B, that's a 2x minus 5x. That's a cos minus 3x. Equal to this minus this cancel, then we have minus this, and that will be minus 2 sine A. My A is what? 2x. And then sine B. My B is what? 5x. So that's what I have. Minus this, and that will be minus 2 sine A, which is 2x, sine B, which is 5x. So then this should now give me what? Cos 7x. This minus cosine of negative function is positive, so that will be cos 3x equal to what? And look at the question, is 2 sine 2x sine 5x. So this minus, I'm going to take it away from this place. So I'm going to open this bracket here, multiply through by minus, so I will now have 2 sine 2x sine 5x. So integral of this, integral over 2 sine 2x sine 5x is equal to integral of, if this minus comes in, so you're going to have what? You're going to have cos 3x minus minus, that's a plus, cos 3x minus cos 7x dx. And that will give me what? Integral of this of cosine is sine 3x over the attachment to the function, then minus sine 7x over what? Attachment to your variable, 7 plus what? Plus C. So that's that on this. You don't have to memorize the addition formula what we need to just do, you can generate it anytime you need it. Okay, you can generate it anytime you need it. But most questions, sometimes will give you the tables and then you can apply it straight away. For E part, cos, I'll quickly go to this one, cos A plus B, that's what? And then cos A minus B is equal to what? So we need a product of two cosine. So what we'll do is just to add this equation together. So if you had this is your first equation, this is your second equation. And don't forget, your A is what? Your A is a 3x. Yeah? Your B is what? Your B is a 7x. Okay? So what do we do now? Cos A plus B, that's a 10x. Then plus cos A minus B, that's a cos minus 4x. Okay? And that will be what? That will be this one plus this one. That's a 2 cos 3x cos 7x. Minus this plus this we cancel. So we can remove these 2 from here, and that will be 2 into bracket cos 10x plus cosine of negative is positive. That's the cos 4x. Okay, and that's what? Cos 3x cos 7x. So integral of, there's a 4 outside, 4 outside here. Integral of cos 3x cos 7x is what? Is 2 into bracket what? Cos 10x plus cos 4x dx. So on the final note, 4 times 2, that's 8. Integral of cos, that's a sine of the angle of the function over the attachment of the variable. So then plus sine, integral of cosine is sine of the function over what? Over attachment to the coefficient of this, which is what? 4. So plus c. For the f parts, yeah, this one, for this place, we can quickly borrow that our A is what? Our A for this question is 4x, and our B is what? It's also 4x. Okay? And that will be equal to what? Integral of 2 cos 4x cos 4x dx will be equal to integral of cos A plus B, which is what? Cos 8x, then plus cos A minus B, which is what? Which is 0 dx. And that will give us, integral of this one is sine 8x, and then you divide by what? By the derivative of this one. Then cos 0 is 1. So integral of 1, the x is what? Is plus what? Plus x. So, and that's that on that question. Yeah, I want to see at this point, if you are new on this channel or you are yet to subscribe, there is an icon on the video. Quickly click on it and subscribe, so as to keep track of the update of the channel. And likewise, click on like button, click on notification bell so that you can get notified. And finally, send your comments. Send your comments. Also, share the links of this video on all your social media platforms. Thank you for doing that. So let's go to the next question. The G part. This is the integral we have. And don't forget the identity. Sine A plus B is what? And then sine A minus B is equal to. So if you want to get a product of cosine and sine, what do? This one have to go, this one have to cancel. So we are going to say equation 1, which is the first equation. This is equation 1 minus equation 2. So if you do that, we are going to have sine, my A is what? Is 4x. Sine 4x plus what? Plus 4x. That's sine 8x. Then minus sine A minus B. That would be what? Sine 0. So this one is what? It's gone. Equal to this minus this. That will be 2 cos. Is 4x. And then sine what? Sine 4x. Okay? So that's what we are told to do there. Then that means integral of this is equal to what? Integral of sine what? Sine 8x. Okay? And that's what? Integral of sine is what? Is minus cos. The angle sine 8x over what? Derivative of this one. That's over 8. Okay? Plus plus C. And the final one, the H, we have a product of what? Of sine and sine. So what we do, we can quickly go back to this addition formula of cosine A plus B, which is what? Which is this. Okay? So when you have plus here, you have opposite of that. And cosine of addition formula is always cos A, cos B, and then minus. Then the second one, A minus B, will be equal to. So what we just need is just we need product of sine. So this will have to cancel. So this is your first equation. This is the second equation. Equation 1 minus 2. Okay? And that will be equal to what? Cos A plus B. This is your A. That will be cos. This is your what? This is your B. Cos 8x. Then minus cos A minus B. A minus B, that's what? Cos 0. Cos 0. Okay? Equal to what? Equal to minus this minus plus this. That's minus 2 sine A sine B. So what I will do now is to remove this minus that is here, take it to the other side. So multiply 2 by minus, so you have minus cos this, then plus what? Cos 0 is what? Is 1. Okay, and that's what? 2 sine. 2 sine. My A is what? 4x sine 4x. So integral of 2 sine 4x sine 4x dx is equal to what? Integral of minus cos 8x plus 1. So on the final answer, this will be integral of cosine is what? Is sine the function over 8. Then this is what? Plus what? Plus x plus c. We purely use addition formula. Okay, addition formula. And I believe most questions we always give you the list of the formula. Okay, so that's just that on this addition formula. You can generate it on your own. You can generate the formula on your own. It doesn't take time to generate it. Okay, so that's that on these aspects. So please join the next video. The next video will be how to integrate partial fraction, integral involving partial fraction, and that's the next section. Okay, so please check that video for integration of partial fraction.